Ranking all the Rites of War for Horus Heresy 2.0, Part 9. Take us home, it's the Angel's Wrath. My name is Mechanid, let's get started. Though the legions numbered into tens of thousands, when faced with enemies in the millions, the answer was mobility and air supremacy. The effects. Any unit that can take a Rhino as a dedicated transport can take a Storm Eagle gunship instead. Any model with the unit type of both fly and transport subtype must start the game in reserve. You may have it automatically enter play at the start of your first turn. If they do not come on this way, you can roll for them normally from turn 2 onwards. The limitations. All infantry models without jump packs of any kind must begin battle embarked on a transport with both fly and the transport subtypes. All infantry units must start in reserve, but may be assigned to a normal deep strike assault. A detachment using this Rite of War cannot include any non-flyer vehicles, and a detachment using this Rite of War cannot take any fortifications. One of the most specialized Rite of War, and once again, you cannot take any fortifications. Building Bros, it's so over. Now, a bit of a side note to start with. This effect says that any unit that can take a Rhino can take a Storm Eagle instead. This means that any squad that numbers 11 models or more can't take a Rhino. Look at the tactical squad's entry for taking Rhinos as dedicated transports, for example, and as such, these units can't take a Storm Eagle. However, I doubt anyone would really care if you run a 20-man tactical squad in a Storm Eagle. Just check with your opponent/tournament organizer first. Now, onto the real downsides. Not being able to take any non-flyer vehicles will drastically reduce your options for heavy armor. While you can still make up for this lack of firepower with infantry like heavy support squads or even your gunships, but you'll be losing most if not all of your out of line of sight shooting like Scorpius missile tanks and heavy armor bricks like Spartans or Kratos tanks. Also, since the transport swap out rule specifically refers to Rhino transports, this can in fact exclude some squads. Next, having to start with your infantry in reserve, deep strike or not, means that by my reading, you can't infiltrate any of your infantry squads, which if that's the case, can limit your options for taking the midboard early. Lastly, in regards to this rule, since Primarch is not strictly speaking an infantry unit type, it means you don't actually have to start with your Primarch in Deep Strike, which means you can technically start with a solo Primarch on the field by themselves. So either if it's the cavalry coming in to pick up a surrounded Primarch, or if you can just handle running him solo, fast Primarchs like Kurz, Sanguinius or Korax can get away with this easily. Finally, when it comes to building this list, Fire Raptors and Storm Eagles are not cheap kits, and you're likely going to need a lot of them to field this army effectively, so I'd say that this list is not for the faint of heart or the light of wallet. Next, since it's likely to be mostly flyers and skimmers in this list, running face first into a Derodeo Dreadnought or anything with a helical targeting ray can spell doom for this list. Now that's it for the downsides, so come back next time where we wrap up the Rites of War with the upsides. So stay tuned for more. My name is Mechanid, thanks for watching.